Hey everyone, this is Judi with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. In this video, I'm going to be planning for the week of November 1st through the 7th in my dashboard planner, which I use for social media. And the theme I'm going with is for my Facebook group, one of the ones I'm a leader of. It's Happy Planning Tips and Tricks, all capital letters. HPTNT challenge, and our subject this week is favorite bucket list item, or just fall bucket list. And so rather than a whole bucket list, which I don't really do, I'm going with my favorite thing from fall off my bucket list, which is wild mushrooms. So there's a story behind that, and I will tell you kind of as we go, so you're not just sitting here watching my hand just wave. This is one of this year's new Recollections paper pads, fall paper pads from Michaels. Although I got it a while ago, it is this year's paper pad, and this page is out of it. And part of the reason I wanted to use this piece of paper is because there's something I've been wanting to try for quite a while now. Ever since I got the JoJo plans, she's new to me. I know some of you have known her for quite a while now, but this fall book, it has these great big, here we go, double box stickers. Let me find the ones that match this piece of paper. There's a red, here we go, red and gold. These are double box stickers, right? So they're actually meant to take up 2 boxes in your classic vertical happy planner. But little do people know that 2 boxes wide on the right hand side, you're 4 wide, right? So 2 boxes is actually the exact same size as half of a page, right? So half of a page in your dashboard planner, same thing. 2 of these will work. And there are enough lines on here that I could use these as my 2 to-do lists as long as it's not the last week of the month. So I just thought these boxes matched this piece of paper so beautifully. So what we're going to do is, you guessed it, replace the left-hand side with this piece of scrapbook paper, and then I'm going to use a bunch of boxes out of this book, this color section, to build the rest of my spread, along with some other fun new stuff that I got. So first things first, I'm going to cut that down, and I have a new paper trimmer. It is a guillotine printer, or slicer. Listen to what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's make some room. It is huge, you guys, but for cutting down 12 by 12 pieces of scrapbook paper, I really needed one this big. So I'm going to use this. And what we're going to do, I don't have my page sizes marked out on here, so I just need to double check. It should be, so I'm right at the edge here with my paper. Yep, it's exactly 7 wide, and it should be 9 1/4 tall. And this is going to help me get much better, more square cuts, because there's a little bit of wiggle room with a normal paper trimmer. Yep, and there's my 9 1/4. With a normal paper trimmer, there's a little bit of wiggle room on this little slider bar. So this way I will get a nice square cut. Plus my husband, as an artist, uses paper trimmers all the time as well. So okay, so there we go. Oops, I almost, you guys, screwed up. This is why I have it marked. I almost did 8 1/4 instead of 9, and that's 9 1/2. Oh my goodness, pay attention, Jude. There we go, 9 1/4. And since this is kind of a repeating pattern, it doesn't matter to me which section of the page I use. So are we right? We are right. Okay, now let's see if we can manage to get 7 wide without screwing that up. So there we go. I'm lining it up with the 7. Flush with the top. There we go. All right. So get this behemoth out of the way. And along with my scraps. And let's go ahead and punch this. So I'm putting it on the left, so I need to punch this side. Okay. So we're going to keep the right hand page, of course. So there we go, there's that. So first thing I want to do is put my November up there. So I have my clear Novembers. clear matte sticker paper. I'm going to kiss cut out one of these. Since my 2021 is staying, let's go for something that looks like it'll fit with that. So I think this font right here looks pretty nice with that 2021. So let's kiss cut out this November. So I'm going to grab a straight edge. And I do have a video on how I printed these. I will try to remember to link that in the cards up above. But it's no big deal. I just put a bunch of months on a page in any old spreadsheet program. If you have Excel, great. If you have more of a generic program, that's fine too. And then changed the font. So I'm cutting lightly to try to cut through the sticker and not the backing. So hopefully this shows, it's all relatively light, so I think this is probably going to show up okay. Straight up in the corner, yep. I think that looks fine. All right. Now, let's go ahead and grab my 2 boxes. So again, I'm going to go with the gold and red portion. Here we go. And there are 2 copies of this page. So 2 copies, but I definitely want to use one of each. So I'll go ahead and grab these. All right. So actually, I think I'll place the red one first because it's going to go closer to the punches, and I want to make sure I don't run myself out of space. And I'm going to go ahead and come down a little ways, and I'll show you why. So if I put that one there. Oh yeah, look at that. Awesome. I love it. All right. There we go. Now I'm going to use these boxes in the opposite colors for my action words. So filming and themes. So I'm going to just offset them a tiny little bit. There we go, right like that, I think. Perfect. Love it. Love it, love it. Okay. And let me grab my action words. Where'd they go? I lost them. All right, I'm going to find those. I'll be right back. All right, so I found my action words, which made me think of the fact that I definitely want to stick YouTube videos over here. So I think what I'll do is cut a nice thin strip off the bottom of this page to stick on here for YouTube words, because there really isn't a long thin box like that in this book, although I could do some sticker surgery and create one, but I think I want to pull some of this piece of paper over onto this side. So you guessed it, I'm going to get my giant paper trimmer back out again, and let's just go ahead and measure real quick roughly how big I need this to be. So it looks like less than ½ an inch for sure. About, yeah, a little over 1/4 of an inch by about 3 inches wide, which makes sense because I was saying earlier it's like a double box. So I know you can't see what I'm doing. This thing is so big it doesn't even fit on my desk. Okay, so right there I'm at the edge, and we are at 9 1/4. That makes sense. So if I go to 9, that gives me a 1/4 inch piece. I want it to be just a tiny bit wider than that. Okay. Boy, that looks really thin. That doesn't look right, you guys. That does not look right. But it absolutely is. Okay. And then we just need to cut that. Let's pick a lighter spot. So I'm going to avoid these 2 dark mushroom caps. And that is, how wide is that? Looks like it's 5 inches wide, and I said I needed 3. There we go, this is ridiculous. I should be using scissors, huh? Oh well, I have my new toy. I want to play with it. There we go. That was ridiculous. Okay. That might be one where I get my old paper trimmer out next time. You know how it is when you have a brand new toy that you want to use, don't ya? All right, I'm gonna grab my wax paper so that I can go ahead and put some tape runner on the back of this and stick it down where it's gonna go so I don't lose it because it's so tiny. We're gonna need that later because we will need to frankenplan in that piece of scrapbook paper. Okay, so let's put this right side up, and you can very faintly see one mushroom cap there, so mission accomplished. I know that was a little silly, but oh well, we're done now. Okay, let's go ahead and stick YouTube videos on there. Yep, that shows up great. This is the one I accidentally cut in half. I gotta use them. There we go. It's a little hard to see, but okay, and then let's go ahead and get filming. We'll do filming and ideas, or filming and themes. Come off of there. Kiss cutting is not an exact science, as you can see. Perfect. All right, so far so good. I'm actually glad I brought that piece of paper over because I'm going with the orange and the red and the like mustardy yellowy orange. So I don't really have any of the peach over here. Okay, so new toys. I did film a flip through of this, but it hasn't posted yet. This is the newest Simply Gilded washi, and I just think that the colors in this match too crazy well for me to not use it. So again, to tie the two pages together, I'm going to come across the top with this, and I think I may grab the skinnier one of this and come across the bottom, just because I feel like that'll help tie my two pages together. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't need that page right now. All right, it's going to be kind of a lot for over here, but I don't care. Maybe I should use the skinnier one, you guys. Let me grab the skinny one. This is from the new Inky Stardust Ombre that she's just come out with. So you can buy a 4-pack set of the 10mm or the 15mm. This is the skinnier one, is the 10. And I swatched for my flip through video, I swatched the 15, but I did not swatch the 10, so that's why it's not open yet. Maybe I'll use the wide at the bottom and the skinny at the top, or I don't know. Because the problem I run into with the bottom is coming up onto the space down there. So maybe I'll stick with the original plan. Or I could put skinny at both ends. No, let's stick with the original plan. We're going to do skinny at the bottom and wide at the top. It's not got a straight cut on the end. So, oh my gosh, that just matches so well, you guys. I just didn't even plan on this. So again, I do have a flip through, or I mean an unboxing of this washi tape, but it will not post before this video. So I was really wanting to use this stuff, so but I didn't want you to miss the unboxing, so I went ahead and filmed it. So win-win, just a little out of order. So honestly, I don't really need it on this side, but I like that it ties the two pages together. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing down here. I'm going to turn it so that the foil is to the outer edge of the page, so opposite of what I did there. And honestly, come on, it doesn't hurt to add a little foil, a little bling. There's that. So that helps. That helps. Okay, next we're going to see what we can find out of the book to bring over here. So I was toying with the idea of these checklist boxes. Here we go. She has these little half height ones. And I was thinking they might fit over here like if the dots are, yeah, the dots are spaced correctly. There just aren't enough there. So, but that's okay. What I can do is draw in the rest. So I'm going to go every other one. I'm going to alternate these colors, right? So, and then I'll show you how I'm going to make up the missing dots. That's everything I need out of this book. So for the missing dots, I have a couple options. I can use a metallic silver white paint pen, which is what I'm going to do. But if you don't have one of those, you could also just kind of draw either an open circle or a solid white dot with a jelly roll, and then you'd be able to use a black pen to check that off. So the pen I was going to use is actually showing up more silver than white. So I'm going to go to the suggestion I originally made to you guys, which is to use a white gel pen, either a Signo or a jelly roll. I happen to grab my Signo. So all I'm going to do is just hand draw in the missing dots. And they're, you know, they're not going to be perfect. They're going to be a little messy. But at first glance, I mean, they're going to look pretty darn good. So I'm going to speed this up. So I'm going to let that dry. Don't want to smear it. And I'm going to grab my Micron. And I have my Happy Planner stencil. This is actually made for a vertical planner. It's got 7 lines for inside a classic vertical planner box. But I'm just going to use it to go ahead, and I'll have to slide the stencil to get it to line up with the lines. But I'm just going to use this to go ahead and draw in my bullets for these lines for my check boxes. 9, that's plenty. And I did use circles over here to kind of echo the circles over here. So, all right, functionally, I think we're good to go. Actually, we're not good to go. I totally forgot I need stat boxes. So the unboxing I did with this Simply Gilded washi tape was actually a 2-part unboxing. The other thing I unboxed was these overlay tapes. They're a new product I found from a company called Girl Boss Anna, very small company. And like I said, they are called overlay tapes. So let me show you how they're meant to be used. So what I pulled was I pulled a reddish and a brownish. These are from the fall collection. And you guys, so again, the unboxing hasn't posted yet, but I have been so dying to try these. Look, they're swishies and they're perforated. So it's like Scotch tape, but it's perforated swishies. So, and like I said, they're called overlay tapes because they're meant to go over top of stuff that's already printed on the page. But I did, in my unboxing, test several different pens, and I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys or not, but friction pens are usually my go-to pen. And friction pens write on these, believe it or not. So what I think I'm going to do is go red here over the date, and let me go ahead and get this one going. And these are perforated, so they just, I don't know if you saw that. You can just rip them. And I'm going to use this one for the yellow for my stat box over here. Because like I said, I can write on it with a friction pen. And then for this one, I'm going to do the opposite. So I put red where the yellow checklist is. I'll put yellow where the red checklist is. So I'm going to speed this up while I go ahead and stick these on there real quick. So the only problem is it is a tiny little bit of a tight fit on Wednesday. Oops, and I ripped that one crooked. There. Oh my gosh, you guys, it looks awesome. Look at that. It's a lot of swishies though. I think maybe in the future I might cut back on that just a little bit, but that's okay. All right, we need habit trackers. So I have my habit tracker book. I just pulled habit trackers out of every book that I had that had them and stuck them in this one book. I will try to remember to link that process in the cards up above. But I know one of the books, Oh, and I figured out partway through the process to write down the book that it came out of in case I wanted something that coordinated. Here we go. So I feel like these tones in these match so well with the color scheme I've got going on. And there's even this gold here. So I've never used these long, thin ones before. Today's the day, you guys. So let's do a red. And what I think I'm going to do is go diagonal. So let's go center this one here. Ooh, that really blends in though. That's okay. I'll see my handwriting on there. And a yellow and a black. I wish there was a brown. No, we'll just go with another red. Okay, so I'm going to put the center of this one right in between the center of the two boxes. There we go. And then this one. Awesome. Okay, they're a little tiny bit hard to see, but that's okay. I like it. So that's it, other than some decoration in this space. So I pulled the seasonal fall book. This is one of the newer ones. And it's got some, well, okay, first of all, I think these coffee cups match well enough to go ahead and put those on there. So let's go ahead and put one. I think I'm going to put one here. Okay, and then do I want to put one there? I think I do. I think I do, you guys. And actually, this one's going to be really hard to see right up next to the discs. And I want, like I said, I want recurring themes across there whenever I can. So I'm going to move it over here so it's a little easier to see. And then there are some teacups in here. I can put a teacup in there too, in that corner, like these. Yeah, look how well those match. Oh my gosh. Now it's making me think I should have used these. Yes, I'm changing gears again, you guys. We're gonna get rid of one of these. Just gonna put one back. And I'm gonna put this one, I'm gonna go back to having this one. Oh no. All right, of course. Of course. Okay, let's see. Not panic. Okay, first of all, we'll get rid of that sticker. Second of all, since this is a yellow box, I'm going to put the red coffee cup there. And it's a little bit bigger, so I'm sorry, it's a teacup. So it's going to cover that spot that I just messed up pretty perfectly. There we go. Okay, and then we'll put a yellow one over here since we got the red one there. Because I'm all about mixing the, or maybe, yeah, it's too big. It's too big. That handle is going to cover up too much of that. So this one we'll put here. Okay, and then we'll go back and grab our original coffee cup and put it here. There we go. Because it doesn't cover up my checklist. This was covering up my checklist. If these were turned mirrored, I could use one there, but okay. And then I wanted this hedgehog because I just feel like there should be a hedgehog in amongst all these mushrooms. I want a little furry forest creature down here. I just think that's too adorable. And I'm kind of like toying with the idea of putting one over here facing that way. If this book had mushrooms in it, it would be perfect. Yes, that does not take up too much space. I know it's a little matchy-matchy having them in the corners like that, but I don't care. They're too stinking cute. Obviously, I don't want any leaves or anything to add to that pattern. Oh, look at those two little tiny guys. Aww. And there's a couple smaller paper ones. But there were some paper quote stickers in here that I thought I could possibly use. Here we go. Sweater weather, love this, so much fun. Look at those two guys. Like, I don't want to, falling for fall, I don't want to cover up all the pattern, but I want a couple of quotes. And since these are paper, I feel like they can go over top of this. So, and I don't feel like if I hand lettered, it would show up very well. So let's go with Falling for Fall, because this is the first spread after Halloween, and I feel like we're back into fall frame of mind. Falling for fall, and let's do sweater weather. And I feel like that leaves enough of the pattern of the paper showing. The only other thing I wanted to look at, I saw those super skinny words, and I wanted to see if there was anything there I wanted to grab. I just can't get over how well these colors match, you guys. So maybe something down here. I don't really see the red, so maybe the yellow. I like, look how far you've come. Because it's easy to get sucked into the day-to-day details and not look back at the big picture. There we go. Perfect. It's done. It's a little bit busy. I might go back and pull some of these swishies off. There's a lot there. But, okay, so let me show you how I'm going to put it in my planner. I know that, let me see. Will you have seen, I think you'll have seen my move-in video by this point. So for this side, I don't know what I'm going to do the week of the 8th, so we're just going to pop it in my planner. For this side though, I need to go, I Franken plan in here together a monthly, so I have a place to put my challenges with my dashboard. So I want to turn, I use the monthly layout, and I want to go then, I go to my challenges, my decorating challenges. So here you go, you can see fall bucket list is our challenge subject for the week. So like I said, I went with mushrooms, and I never explained that. Oh my gosh. So I will explain while I'm doing this. I am going to tape runner all the way around the edge in between the punches and stick these two pages together. So my husband loves to go hiking. I do not. And he loves to go in the Pacific Northwest. There are lots of beautiful natural mushrooms. He's brought me morels and chanterelles and lobster mushrooms, and as long as you're properly trained, he had lessons with a trained mycologist, trained mushroom hunter. You will not poison yourself. So he had a bunch of lessons and is very, very careful about the mushrooms, and if there's any chance that it could be mistaken for an unhealthy kind of mushroom, he doesn't bring it home to me. But I love to cook, so my favorite thing about fall is when he goes hiking and finds us some scrumptious mushrooms. He just brought us some chanterelles, and I sauteed them up with some brown butter and put them over a steak. Oh my gosh, so good. So I am celebrating fall being mushroom season. That is my favorite fall bucket list item. So there we go. There is my spread for the first week in November. Fall bucket list favorite thing, mushrooms, using some scrapbook paper and some new products that I found that I can't wait for you to see the unboxings. So I hope you like this video. I hope it encourages you to get out there and try some new, unique products and support small businesses, because I think the results can be pretty spectacular. So if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.